Talking about not logging in, transition.
Oh.
No Man's Sky.
No login Sky.
No login Sky. No more Play Sky.
Yeah.
Oh, I was so... I'm pleased let me start train. Because I did an hour-long cast that we posted on the CNN podcast, and I freaking hyped up this game. I was so high on it at that point. Actually, maybe 5 hours less in gameplay, I would have been like at my peak of loving the game. And then there was this trickle effect where I kind of just slowed down. I was like, wow, quickly. I was like, I don't really want to play this anymore. Did this conversation with a friend, and now I'm burnt out on it. Haven't gone back. That's just my experience. Jonathan.
I mean, I was right there with you, man. The hype was insane for this game. You could just look through any kind of forum, and everyone was just talking about No Man's Sky, No Man's Sky. All of these crazy features that you never thought were possible, but the devs never denied, so you were kind of hoping that they would be there. And the fact that they didn't hush or quell all of the hype around it for things that the game didn't have I find that kind of misleading. And like, I mean, you thought you would be able to find your friend if you thought it was like an open planet, but it's not. You're alone. You're basically finding the same kind of planets. Once you see the first 10 or 12, they basically look generally the same. Like maybe the rocks is different or the plants a little different.
The animals are all pretty much the same, but not really. They're a little tweaked.
Yeah. From what I read, a lot of people were just saying there's no growth and there's no like no missions in terms of, I mean, there's the Atlas quest line, okay, so you go to like, the center of the universe, but like there's no, in terms of like leveling, like no mission completion, no sense of growth, I guess. It's weird. And
yeah, there's no, given today's set of games out there that are available to you that have not only a main storyline, but a secondary storyline and a third and 500 branching quest lines and blah, 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 blah. For this to really boil down to having maybe 2 quest lines, both of which are somewhat not too interesting. I mean, at the beginning, you're like, oh, I'm ready to do this. I want to get to the center. Yeah. I want to find the Atlas. And seriously, after 25 hours in, I realized, wow, man, I don't know how much further I need to go, but I have been mining like a mofo. I have been flying like a mofo, being killed by pirates in the sky over and over, losing my stuff.
I've heard some horror stories, bro.
The pirates, yeah.
Pirates,
I've
escaped.
Oh, it's so tough.
Them every time
you escaped them? You just fly away?
I mean, yeah, I would run and I'll be close to a space station, so I would just haul butt to that little blue entrance and it would auto transition, so you don't have to worry about parking or anything.
There's this girl I watched on YouTube. Her name's Christy O'Donnell, and she's a sweetheart. And she was talking her experience about No Man's Sky, how she mined for gold for hours upon hours
on the outside.
No, on a planet.
Oh, on a planet.
Yeah,
okay.
She mined for gold for hours and hours and hours, and she said, "I was a greedy bitch. I get that because I didn't sell it there when I should have because they didn't want to give her all the gold amount that she wanted.
The galactic tax or the average price.
So she put it on her ship and she was going to the next place.
Yeah.
And boom, she got hit by a pirate and they destroyed her shit. And when she went back, when she spawned again and she went back to the spot. She said she saw her ship and a bunch of but the gold wasn't there. It was gone.
But there were certain items still left in the rubble.
Right.
Oh, okay.
But the gold was gone.
I wondered about that because I saw that myself, and I never went back to my grave. I don't know what I did. I guess I found like another spaceship, but I was too scared to go back to where I died.
Really? Well, she went back. She's like, I lost a lot of gold. And when she went back, she's like, no gold. And she was just kicking herself. Like, little things like that really piss people off.
I mean, I think the repetition is just so bad. Whenever you go to a planet, it's the same abandoned little shack and the same little alien that has the same screech that like basically tells you the same thing. And you're like, oh, okay, I'm learning like one or two words.
Math pattern.
Yeah.
It's the same like little puzzles, which at first were cool, but then immediately it wore off. There's so many things in the game that were at first so interesting and delightful. Yeah. And as you meet new creatures, you get that 5 or 10 seconds, or maybe even like a few minutes of like, okay, is this dangerous? Okay, it looks, relatively safe. I'm going to feed it. Oh, cool, it did something. I'm going to do this. I'm going to name it. I'm going to scan it. Yeah. And then after a while, you just realize how immense this world is, like they said, and how the pale blue dot theory for me comes into effect again. Like I feel like I'm making no impact. I feel like I'm really not doing anything here. Like
I heard someone finish the game in 40 hours.
I bet in terms of finding the center of the universe,
Yeah.
I bet
Right.
that's possible because that's like the smallest part
Sure.
of it. I mean, the game is supposed to be an adventure game, so you're not supposed to like you're
Go
not
straight there.
Yeah, you're not supposed to be like super hungry to finish the game because it's about enjoying the atmosphere, what you come across.
Yeah.
But like
Yep.
speaking of which, there's like no like from what I've experienced so far, there's like no quasars or weird space abject
Oh, yeah,
things.
that
People
would
were
be-
complaining about there's no orbits
No
around
wormholes or no.
crazy
Yeah, that would
black
be cool.
holes. It's something that suck you in, like you go to a different dimension. Something
That
crazy.
would be really cool.
Like think about the possibilities.
The weirdest thing I saw, which became a norm after a while, but within the 20 to 25 hours I was playing, 30, whatever, I saw 2 or maybe 3 alien, what are they called? Alien blah, blah, blah in the sky. It looked like a Death Star. Alien anomaly.
Okay.
And it was in the sky. It was when you're in your ship.
Yeah.
And you go into it like a space...
like a space station.
Yeah, like a space station. Thank you. Failing to find words
Supply
here.
space station.
Yeah. And so you park, there's like 2 or 3 things in there. There's some doors I can't open yet. I got like an Atlas pass there. I got a gun.
What, you got an Atlas pass?
Yeah, from that
Oh,
location.
I never got one. I never found mine, I don't think. And
But-
I always wanted one because
Yep.
like ever since the beginning, they're required.
Yep. Requires it to get in boxes, to doors, which just gets you more loot. And you actually start looting the yellow stuff you have to buy from the vendors.
Yeah.
You start looting all that with that pass. So that was a cool like find. About 15 hours in, I was like, oh my God, a Death Star. What the hell? But since then, I still didn't find anything new beyond that. Like, it just left me with a want for more within the game, a satisfaction in terms of what they delivered, but a desire for it to be added to and improved
Yeah.
on, and a storyline, something to draw me in,
It's-
some kind of more interaction.
Yeah, I feel like it's like
But it's pretty sweet.
I mean, they
on its own.
they boast quintillions of planets, and I mean, I think they went with for like the biggest game ever, but with like it's a shallow grave, you know, it's a shallow depth. It's very big and wide and like grandiose, and it's amazing, but it's not too deep, you know. It's just like a little puddle. You're
And
just
that's what we heard a good analogy in our class. You can be a mile wide,
An
but
inch
only
deep.
an inch deep.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think
I
this
heard
game is a
that.
good
Yeah.
analogy of that.
That was on a.
that's what I was trying to go for, but I couldn't remember the exact words.
Yeah, no, you helped me. You helped me remember, and and sadly, I want to say good things about this game first. It is awesome to sit down and explore. It is great
It is
for the
fun.
first.
It is fun.
When you first turn on and do everything. It's super fun.
Yeah.
There's what's lacking is the long lasting play.
Yeah, like what can you build with your
That's
minerals
basically
besides?
Yeah, I wish there was more building,
Yeah,
and
like a
not just a
Minecraft
base
kind of
station.
thing.
I mean, I know they're coming out with like, yes, you can build a space station soon,
Yeah.
like on one of the planets. But
Yeah.
the creative aspect of building or doing stuff on there is lost. Like where everyone makes the comparison of Minecraft, it's not even close because Minecraft's focus is the creativity.
Yeah.
Yes, there's the adventuring. Yes, there's the mining, and yes, there's all that stuff. But the creativity is literally the focus.
Someone
And there's
says
nothing like that in No Man's Sky for you to be creative with. There is a lot of creativity, but I don't know.
it says it sounds like you guys don't want to play No Man's Sky and do want to play Elite Dangerous.
Elite Dangerous.
Yeah.
I don't think I believe I don't. I'm familiar.
I'm not knowledgeable on that
I'm
one
not
quite
familiar
yet.
with that one either.
I haven't looked. I've heard of it. I've heard of Elite Dangerous,
It
but I
sounds
haven't
familiar.
looked into it. Is it like?
I don't know what
We'll
it
do
is.
we'll do our research on it. We can't.
But it sounds like the guy says that it sounds like you don't want to play No Man's Sky.
Well, not anymore. I think I'm
Yeah.
over it. I had a good experience. there's no
Wow.
reason for me to go back for a while.
It's just the hype was so immense. Like if you could see and feel the videos, like all the people posting about
Yeah.
it. Like
Oh,
I mean, for months.
Twitter
Yeah.
feed was like every
Oh my
second
God.
there was a new post.
So your expectations are like, and I mean, in the back of your head, you know, this is like 13 guys working on a game, and I mean,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
a little indie project. I
Yeah.
mean, it's a great start for what they have.
Absolutely.
But like, people were expecting a AAA freaking production and like in terms of like gameplay, storyline, everything after what was like expected, but it didn't happen that way, and everyone just felt let down. But it's still an impressive feat for the team and the size that they had. I mean, hopefully they get the funding because they got a lot of money out of this to make something that's way better. I mean, I know that the CEO of Hello Games came out of a AAA company. I forget. I don't know if it's like EA or something like that, something major. So he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really great project, and I'm excited to see more from them. I'm definitely excited in their next project or their expansion or whatever they're going to do with this or with what they do next, because they've developed what other people are calling, or what they're calling like a super code, like one big super code that generated this amazing thing. So you can apply that toward other stuff and then start to maybe develop more off that. I don't know, but cool. Shout out to Hello Games. They hit
the million mark.
I wish it was received better. I wish I could say I'm still playing it.
Hey, we'll wait for.
I'm not going to sell it.
I'll wait for the
bottom
price
line.
drop.
Yeah,
I'm not going to
wait for it to go on sale if you haven't bought it, as you already probably know.
Yeah.
Do you have a PS4? I'll let you borrow it.
I have a PS4.
I'll let you borrow it.